All right, so let's talk about testimonials. We're just going to share something from the heart with you guys, right? We never wanted to start a health and wellness clinic. We didn't.
Actually, I didn't want another
Let's
business,
go
to
do
be
it.
honest with you.
Yeah.
I had a previous business which was in video marketing, and that business was, part of the reason why I had chronic fatigue, and then having two very sick kids as part of that journey. But this business in health and wellness was not something that I ever wanted to do.
Yeah, so we were running a seven-figure business, live event model, speaking from stage, six city tours around the country, and suddenly our children got extremely sick. It started very young when we had them, behavioral issues, like neurodiversity, that we had no idea what the hell that word meant. Then we had all sorts of food sensitivities. We almost lost our son three times due to food sensitivities that came out of nowhere. He used to be able to eat almonds and strawberries, and suddenly, boom, he was struggling for breath.
And then within the last 3 years, he had early stage leukemia, which was for us. It was all around COVID, so it wasn't something that we could navigate easily. Not being able to go in and out of hospitals, with all the laws that they had kindly put in place. So for us, it was a really difficult time and probably one of the scariest times of our life. And that's what gave birth to our clinic. We acquired all this technology from all over the world. We traveled to Europe, we traveled to the USA, Dubai, New Zealand, Sydney, Perth. We went everywhere to find the best treatment for our kids. And that's where Shine Health and Wellness was born, and we did have done incredible things with this health. We didn't do any chemotherapy. We did it all through natural therapies, through all of our technology. And then when we got introduced with the patches, which I was told about at least 4 times, by the way, before I actually did anything. And that was from one of my clients, Janine, that actually said, I've had amazing breakthroughs. And at that point, I was like, you know what, let's just give it a go. I've got nothing to lose, right? And that was our approach to everything. And that's what started this business in the first place. So we patched him, and he was actually quite ill from coming back from a trip in the USA. And within literally, as soon as he put that patch on, within that first day, he went from literally being in bed, sick as, to bouncing off the walls and not being able to stop playing basketball. Now, and I actually had to say to him, Bo, you really need to stop. I'm actually terrified that you're going to get run down and sick again. But he just had this massive boost of energy, and he just could not stop. And I was like, whoa, is this placebo? Is this like, what is this? So we all started, and we started patching as well. And then we started having those incredible, for me, it was energy and clarity. I just had this, it's like this brain fog had just lifted, from years of not sleeping, with having, a kid that we not nearly lost a few times, a mum, complete adrenal fatigue, constantly waking up with, checking his breathing. So I literally had so much stress in my life. And then to have that energy and clarity after so many years was just incredible.
Yeah.
And even for you, your hair started growing
Hair's
back.
growing back. Yeah, I know. So hair's growing back. My wrinkles are starting to disappear. I had people who hadn't seen us for 15 years. They said, you haven't changed. I said, no, that's working. I like that, right? I'll take that. But most importantly for the kids, just to see them now going from literally bedridden. I mean, all of our treatments we had to do regularly just to keep them going. So we had to do the hyperbaric,
He
the
did 60 days straight in a
hyperbaric
hyperbaric chamber, so 60 hours over those two-month period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that all improved, and we were just managing. But then we added the patches. It was like this icing on the cake. It just boom, just kicked him up. It was like a missing piece. That stem cell activation kicked in, and you could see the color come back to his cheeks. The gray bags in his eyes gone. And now this kid is playing Division 2 representative state basketball, right? And just to see him running around is just beautiful,
And watching him for the last 4 days, holding his own, second division in Queensland State Championships, from a boy that couldn't even get out of bed most days. And, he even said to us some days, Mum, I don't want to be here anymore, because he was sick and tired of being sick. And, to watch your 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy say that to you, you're just like, you can't let that happen. So, that's why we're like, what do we do? Let's just do whatever we can to help our son, like any parent. And that's what gave birth to helping other people now. So, and that's our mission.
So a little bit of a heartfelt journey there, and I always forget to put tissues on the table because this happens every damn time. But anyway, that's a little bit about us.